Hey guys, today's video is a collaboration with Sass over at Oakleaf Ocotillo. We are going to be making soap inspired by this nail art. My version will be cold process and her version will be melt and pour. I will link her video in the cards at the end of this video as well as in the description box below, so don't forget to check it out. So as usual, I'm going to start off by mixing my lye solution in with my oils. Don't forget to check the description box below for the exact recipe that I am using today, as well as links to any products that I mentioned. I'm going to split my batter evenly into 3 cups, and I'm going to start coloring the cups into the colors that I need for the nail art inspired soap. Color that I'm using today is Shimmer Gold Mica from Nurture Soap, and I chose this one because it retains its shimmer even through the saponification process. Then I'm going to be using titanium dioxide, which I just dissolved in room temperature water. And lastly, we're going to be using Amarynth Pink Mica, also from Nurture Soap. And while this one doesn't advertise it as retaining its shimmer, I did notice that this one stayed shimmery throughout the saponification process. My fragrance oil today, I am using Bombshell from the Flaming Candle. This is a dupe of a Victoria's Secret fragrance, and it does seem to slow things down a little bit. So if you were to recreate this soap, I would recommend that you use a fragrance oil that accelerates trace. I did try to stick blend it a little bit to speed things up, but I still had to wait a good bit in between each layer to set up. I'm using a small rolled up towel to prop up my mold at an angle. So you can see here, whenever I pour the soap into the mold, the soap is going to be at an angle in the mold itself. And we're gonna leave it in this position for about 20 to 30 minutes to allow it ample time to set up. You wanna make sure that it's good and firm, because the next step is going to be working on the white layer, which I ended up adding a little bit more white because I didn't think it was quite white enough, and just stick blended this in. We're going to take the mold after it has set up and we're going to do a full 180 with it. And this is why you want it to be completely firm before you do this, because you don't want it to spill over into the other side. And then I'm going to pour the white layer on top of that layer and just shake it to level it out. Lastly, we're going to work on the pink layer. So I'm actually going to take my mold off of the towel and just set it down so it is level, and then pour the pink layer over top of the white layer. I then set my soap aside for about 24 hours and then came back to cut it the next day. And I think that we did a pretty good job of recreating this nail art design. If I were to do it again, I would probably use a little bit less white and a little bit less gold and try to make the pink layer the largest section of the design. But otherwise, I am super happy with how this turned out. And don't forget to check out Sass's video as well. I'm going to leave a link to the video in the cards as well as in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys again in my next video.